What's up, everybody? Continuing our playthrough today of Cold Steel 4. I'm hoping to finish Act 2 today. We have some extra stuff to do before we get on the Pantagruel. Last we played, we did all of the bonding events. I'm gonna open up my guide. Yeah, we did the bonding events. Sutherland. Aaron. Okay. And we can get a gift. 2 gifts. Sutherland. Aaron is there. There's also a lot in West Lemire, Milsanti, Wild Chest. Altina. This is the only one we can do right now. Altina, Muse, Tita, Elisa. Elisa. Tina. Muse. And that was it, right? It was Yuna, Elisa, Muse, and Altina. So let's go to that trial chest right now. Cheers to a happy Friday. Oh, that's really good. Tita. Altina? Okay. I have the wrong people. I forgot about Tita, honestly. Now let's do that trial chest. The trial chest. Let's open this bad boy up. Let's do it.
What a passionate foe!
Okay, what do we got here? Break damage. Let's do this.
Spleen! Brilliant design!
Oh, she said spleen.
There!
Rush.
Follow me! Got it! Yeah! My turn!
Lost
Let's go, I'm
Genesis.
Arcus, activate! I'm going! Commence strike! My turn! Charging!
Let's beat this guy up. Here we go.
I'll Thank you.
I want to see if I can kill him before he even gets a chance to attack me.
Charge up! Thanks for the help!
7th caliber is awesome.
Ha!
Nikki's gonna be broken right now. Boom.
Leave
Hell
it
yeah.
to me! Here's
With that
Phil.
Rosetta
No!
arrow.
I'll assist. I'm going!
Sure.
Arcus, I'm
I
going!
love hitting him with a big ol' art.
Now! Arcus, activate!
It's my first time playing a Trailus game on Nightmare mode.
My turn! There! Now!
And haven't said anything at all, because I don't want to jinx myself this whole playthrough.
It's my turn!
Okay.
I'm
Oh, he
going.
still hit me. That's okay. Gone now.
Yay!
Vita's so cute. Boom. I love how everything carries over. Cool. Now we get a full heal. Alright. We should go to Aaron Village. Because there's a new... Okay. A few things. Everything, actually. I have I have Trails Through Daybreak 2, Crimson Sin on pre-order. I'm planning to stream that one right after it comes out. So we have a gift for Laura. We're gonna buy that. Gift for Eustace. Let's see. I already have everything else. Alright. Cool. Let's move on this way. I believe there's a quest here. Oops, wrong map. All the way over there. So, just go on each building, get rid of the news. Let's see what is new. Thing is, too, it does say that there's new stuff, but I've already bought it in my first playthrough. That was so long ago. What are these guys doing? I looked into what's happening in Eastern Erebonia, and things seem very grim. Unsurprising, the area around the capital city is worst of all. Crimson Rosella says, I see. It's the same whether we look at the surface or beneath it. They're likely timing the rivalries to coincide with the conflict on the ground. Speaking of which, any new updates on the war? All I can say is it's proceedingly faster than we predicted. Well, I'd best prepare myself for what needs to be done. Elder. It makes sense that the Hexen clan would have plans of their own to deal with the upcoming threats. I wonder what Rose meant by what needs to be done, though. Okay. Anyone upstairs? Nope. Alright. Next place. Let's go to the Fairy Spring, see if there's any new scenes. We got a request about the hot springs. She said something strange has happened. Maybe we should look into it. Okay, we'll just do it now. Ooh. Ah, there you are. You certainly didn't waste any time. Looks like there's something strange going on with the water here. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but something feels off. Is it an abnormality in the spirit veins? Caused by the Great Twilight? You always know how to cut right to the chase, don't you? Essentially, yes, that is the case. This spring has actually linked the spirit vein to the hot spots of mana all throughout Erebonia. The Twilight seems to be most likely the cause of the corruption here. What'd you say? We could simply have Rose purify it by force, but her mana is far too strong for that. An unskilled hand could throw things out of balance. I'd like you to do to conduct a proper purification ritual. I assume you want us to go to each of the spots you mentioned. Of course, we're going to do the request. Be more than happy to help. We'd made good use of all these springs ourselves, after all. Where exactly are we headed? And what do we do once we get there? This should answer your question. Drive a stake into each location where the abnormal phenomena is occurring. Okay, we have Osgiliath Basin. Ulster, Osgiliath Basin. Mulsanti. And Byronia. I remember the Byronia one. Alright. Let's see what else is here in the village. The inn. Open my guide. I don't know why it closed on me here. So we got the 2 gifts. We can do the quest right now.
No.
Okay. I think that's all. It's just like new conversation besides the other news. Great work today. Nothing worth talking about. Okay. Next. Let's go to the fortune teller's home, see what's going on there. And then we're gonna take care of the quest that we just got from this old lady. I just like getting the new off the map. Anything worth buying? No. Change that. And let's go to the last one. Gandalf's place. Even if he is selling any master ore or anything, we've already got it in our first playthrough. Oh. I need 2 more Black Sumerian ore shards to make another ultimate weapon. Alright. Let's go to Byronia. Village remains. What is she doing here? Meryl, I think it's her name? We have to go here anyway to go to the springs, so let's talk to her. Beryl, that's her name. Fate has led us to the island, it seems. The statue, the shrine, and all these abandoned ruins. It has my guardian spirit unusually active. What a fascinating place, hee hee. I think she's gotten even more mysterious since graduation. Wasn't even worth talking to her. Where is the... That there. What is that again? Oh, I'll go there. That's the scene about catching a fish. And then we have the side quest right there. So let's go. Let's go this way. I'm pretty sure that blue star is about that Lake Lord fish that they mentioned. Oh, this way.
Do be careful. That enemy's strong.
Go away, dude.
Oh, I see. There.
I haven't fished in so long
Got
in this
a bite.
game. Ah, crap.
Oh,
Do it
got
again, do it
away.
again.
There. Got a bite. This is
Gotcha.
promising.
So I'm focused, I'm hella focused. We got this guy. It almost broke. Gotcha! Got him!
This is a rare one.
Look at him! Snow White. Never seen anything like this before. Annabelle will probably want to know what I got out here. We reported it to her. Huge azulfish with glittering white scales, you say? Sounds like the Snow White. I've only heard about it in stories. I wish I'd been the one to catch it. No, you've done nothing wrong. I just got a little carried away for a moment. Thank you for your report. I'll pass it on to the other members. Check in with them to claim your reward. A catch this great deserves recognition. Will do. Ah, that's where we have to go. And then this way. You guys have any Valentine's plans? I'm not doing much. It's a Friday anyway. Just gonna make dinner for my husband and I. Mashed potatoes and gravy, some salmon. Oh, I ran past it. My bad. I think I have to go this way and go, like, down, don't I? Yeah. This way is the way I gotta go. Be right in here.
Shit.
There. Must be connected. He's talking about coming back here and have a bath after it's all clean. Instructor Reen, control yourself. Please, calm down, Instructor. Gotta admit, a hot spring on an inhabitable island is a pretty romantic setting. This reminds me of the hot springs back in Elmo Village. We drive a stake in. Let's see what it does now. It should purify it. Now we need to find the other 2 spots. So there's 1 stake in. I think it said the other one was Milsanti. Go here. I'm gonna enter the store while I'm at it. It says here, where's the other one? Osgiliath, Milsanti Road 1. Okay. Milsanti by road. There. Should be here. Let's get that second stake in the ground and purify this stuff. I find that the miasma, the poisonous fog, whatever you want to call it, is a very popular trope in RPGs. There's always some kind of poisonous mana spew, dark magic, whatever you want to call it. This version, it's like Flamora grass. It was in like the Tales of games on like the PS3 and 4. It's in Legend of Legaia. Here we go. It is a pretty place. It's very small though. Apparently he really likes hot springs. Let's go to the other one, Osgiliath. Gio and Randy. Okay. Go to Osgiliath. There it is. We'll go to the last spring. And then it says to, once all the springs are clear, to go in the hot spring with Tita and Randy for an additional scene. Here it is. Honestly, never noticed this. You okay, Instructor Reen? Do you know something about this place? He enjoyed her. He said when no one was around, he got right in and enjoyed himself for a while. Back when. Muse says, I'd love to have joined you. Very much like your instructor to go to a random hot spring he came across while training. Anyway, when I came back the next day, there was no sign of it anywhere. I asked around town, they said it sounds like a fairy spring from the old folktales. I guess it must be connected to Erin somehow. A hot spring that disappears and reappears at random? It does sound like something out of a fairy tale. Well, I'm pretty sure we've got the right place. Let's drive in that steak Dahlia gave us. The last one! Should be enough to begin the purification ritual, says Kurt. Head back to Erin. Report it in. First one to hit these. Boom. And then back to Erin we go. Oh, no. Merkaba. So we have to put Tita and Randy in our party. Tita and Randy or Tita and Agate? Tito. Randy and Tio. My bad. We already did the Agate and Tita one. So, go here. Trade you out for... Where is she? I love Tio. Such a good character. I really like the Trails through Azure and Zero games. I played them a while ago. I want to platinum them one day as well. But that won't be for a long time. We all know how our backlogs are. I'm just glad I get to replay this one. The thing is, it's been like 4 or 5 years since I played it the first time. But it's been a while. I remember some things, but not all. Have you ever, like, wanted to replay a game, but there's, like, a section in it you don't want to replay? Because you're like, ah, there was a pain in the butt, or the puzzles are really hard? I had that last stream. It was the Anthill Keep with the floors. You gotta change all the floors and the platforms. It was so annoying. I got so lost. We should begin the purification ceremony at once. Brain, if you would. Me? Yes, your status as a sacrifice of the Twilight allows you to synchronize with Erebonia's spirit veins more readily than most. Entering the spring and unifying your heart and soul with the waters will make the ritual that much easier. Though it'd be even more effective if you entered in with a partner. You mean... You can't be serious! Does it have to be someone of particular gender, someone especially special to Rean? The spiritual... the ritual aligns. The something or something. Whatever, 2 participants. Who we choosing? Ooh, Tio. Island Tio. I don't know if it actually brings up the bonding. So if it does, I'm just gonna click Yuna. She's like naked, it looks like. Alright, here we go. Oh, now she has a towel on. She must have gotten out of the water. It's gonna be some kind of hentai! The hentai is going on here. Okay. They're purifying them. I didn't know it was gonna go on. I kind of thought it was like Titus and Yuna moment in spring. From Final Fantasy X. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy X. I know some people shit on it. It's one of my favorites. But they always say, well, your first Final Fantasy is always your favorite one. Alright, that's one quest done. Now we have Randy and Tio in the party. Right there. Here we go. Let's do the sub-event. Turn off my high-speed mode. Rean and the others enjoyed the hot springs and took their time resting in the village. By some stroke of fate, an unexpected combination of people ended up soaking in the springs together. Tio's so cute. This is amazing. Randy says, you said it, I miss this place. It was a damn shame they closed it down for a while because of the Great Twilight commotion. Kurt says, he must be happy, Instructor Rean. I imagine a hot spring maniac like you would be going into withdrawals with it down. You sure have your quirks. Love for hot springs, and Elise. You morph into a whole different person when it comes to her. Rean says, really? I never realized. Tio says, Elise and I spent a couple of weeks together. She's one of the sweetest girls I've ever met. How can I put it? She has that Erebonia dignity about her, but is still so approachable. Rean says, I appreciate hearing that, Tio. She still has room to grow, just like anyone else, but she really is incredible. I thank Adios every day for having the perfect sister. Weird. I think their relationship is gross. He's past the point of no return. It ain't saying something, given that they're not even blood related. It makes me feel bad for Elise, getting so smothered by all that attention. Though it is possible she likes it. Tio says, I'm starting to think Rean and Lloyd share some things in common, despite their main differences. Let me guess, they're both clueless when it comes to interpersonal relationships. You know, I really have to thank you again, Tio, Randy, for sticking with me for this long. Randy says, haha, I brought this on. No need to thank us. We instructors gotta look out for each other, right? And the Crossbell Police and Epstein Foundation can't turn a blind eye on what's happening in the Empire. Not to mention my home country, Mafaria. It's been dragging into all this chaos as well. Yeah, we did have a bad feeling about that, and we run into some people that have seemed to be involved. Oh yeah, those two. Well, all that aside, you do have my utmost gratitude for helping me get Elise back. Assuming we eventually sort this mess, would you all do me the honor of visiting my own hometown, Ymir? And that invitation extends to everyone in the SSS once the matter of Crossbell regains their independence is settled too. Oh. Thanks, Rean. That means a lot from Instructor Rean. I agree with him. As complex of an issue it may be, I believe Crossbell should be independent. And I imagine it the same for those many others in Class 7 and Thors. She says, I appreciate that, Kurt. So your hometown's known for its hot springs paradise, isn't it? The best Erebonia has to offer, from what I've heard from Elise. If that's the case, I'd really like to bring along Kia and everyone else in the SSS, and maybe a few others. Noelle, Fran, Rixia, Ilya, Sully, didn't mean to skip that. Oh, and you can't forget Cecil, Shizuku. Can't stop there, gotta bring the Chief, Wazzy, Johnster, Adios, Dudley, or Arios. Don't leave out Sight and Coop. Everyone is welcome. I know an inn up there, Phoenix Wings, that has plenty of room. So that's that side quest done. Parm. Let's go to Parm. It says there's a quest. Okay, let's do that. Let's go to Parm. Go to Parmesan cheese. I've always liked the music in Parm. Sway. It's Deer Quest, actually. Oh my god, too many menus. Hang on, it's this one. Act 2. This one. For his family. And then we have the Avon Hills monster. Let's go find this person that has the quest. Oh! Not that fish. Oh, I thought that would do something. Never mind. Just when I caught that fish, it said I should report it in, but nothing happened. Helena, Luna, Eclair, where are you? I've been waiting and waiting. They couldn't have gone to the wrong place, could they? They were to meet their favorite inn. Kurt says, pardon me, but hear about your request for help. Lord Quince is excellent. Wait, were you not the kind student who once found my wife's lost wallet? I guess that might have been us, Sazerain. Would you help me find my family? It may be a bit time-consuming if that's alright. Of course. Why don't you tell us the whole story? Where do I begin, he says. Even we nobles have been rather busy lately with the current situation going on. I've been liquidating some of my assets to raise funds for the army. My wife's family has been doing the same. She returned to her father's estate to surprise the liquidator, taking our daughter and our maid out with her. You must be feeling lonely without them. I am, yes, but it's only temporary. It's nothing compared to what families of the average soldier have to endure. Anyway, everything was more or less sorted, and I thought that the chance to meet up with them could be the break for us all. I sent them this letter. I'll meet you halfway. See you at the inn. But they serve the pies you love so much. And their favorite town to relax in. I've been waiting, but no sign. He's worried. He hasn't heard from his wife and kid. They're just talking about pies. Alright, he's talking forever. Let's do the side quest. Get to go to Milsanti. So because his letter was vague, I guess his daughter and mother didn't know which town to go to, so they think Ulster and Milsanti might be it. The inn with great pies. There you go. White Birch Inn. What are you doing in here, dude? Been some time since I was last in Erebonia. Records have brought many things to light that weren't previously visible. But the seeds of chaos have begun to sprout, and the various powers that have begun to converge and enact their respective plans. So the question is, what role should I play upon this stage? What does Homie have to sell? Nothing worth it. Okay. Let's talk to Chicky here. Just look, there's the wife. Wait, I want to ask you a question. Kurt explained they were searching for the members of Lord Quinn's family. You mean my husband is waiting in Parm? I love Parm, but we forget about how we all talked about how Milsanti is beautiful scenery is its best. My husband even said the inn is the best place to fix fish pies, using the fish we catch as a family. I can't believe it. He just does whatever comes to mind. We're all misunderstood. Is that why they're not here, she says? Now that you mention it, says Yuna, your daughter and the maid aren't here with you, huh? There was some luggage I want to sort out and they left before I did. So that's what happens. They may have gone to the wrong town as well. Can't think of where else they would have been. Now we have to go to the lodge. And the old... Where is it? Boldlemere Road. This rest lounge. Let's go here. What's... It has an exclamation point or whatever. I'm new. What's here? Nothing. Okay. I'm gonna go to Elster after this too. Okay. Oh, it's upstairs. Is that just because she does specialty dishes? Yes. Those rats. This room. I'm running too fast. What's taking Mother and Father so long? Don't they know how long it's been since we've all been together as a family? Lady Luna, are you sure they're in the right place? Just kinda skipping through that there. What? Father's actually waiting at the inn in Parm? I guess the chicken pot pie they have really is pretty tasty. You found Mother someplace else already? Yep, we ran into her in Milsante at the White Birch Inn. Let's reunite the family. Luna! Eclair! Helena! I was so worried about you. I feared you got lost or that something happened to you. I'm still shaking from the nerves. Father, I had no idea, says Luna. Sorry for worrying you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. It's entirely my fault, sir. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. It should have been one taking the lead. Dear, I'm so sorry we made you worry. To think that we ended up causing you so much stress. Lord Quinn says, there's nothing to forgive, my love. I'm just so relieved to see you. Basically, she's chewing him out because his letter was so vague. Each location we visited on your family trip was the most wonderful place. Just as Eclair says, isn't it? Let's continue making precious memories as a family. We'll discover more and more places we like as well. Yay, can't wait. It'd be an honor if I could accompany you as all. Thank you for finding my family. Without your help, it might have taken days or weeks for us all to be reunited. I'm in your debt. Kurt says, we can't imagine how terrible it is to be separated from your loved ones. I'm just glad we were all able to be of assistance. There. There's another quest done. Now, if we head over to Elster... There it is. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's go to the Sunny Spot Inn. There should be a recipe in here, though I already have it. It says at the Sunny Spot Inn, and the other thing is at the distillery. Let's see. Nah. Let's go to the store. See if there's anything there. Nope. I mean, I can talk to him. No, we're talking to him. Okay. Next. So the distillery is where we want to go. But I'm just kind of like getting all the little news off the board. Kind of confusing that sometimes it says new, but it's just new conversation. Like the NPCs are just saying something new. That's literally all it means. Okay. Rochelle! Nothing we're saying. Okay. Entrance? And then we're gonna go to the distillery. We're gonna do, we're gonna get that book. And then we're gonna head to Milsanti. Oh, I love all the animals in here. Always gotta talk to them. So cute. The distillery is... So, let's go there. Oh. What'd she say? Oh, hey! Blanc and I are actually just swapping books recommendations. I'm throwing my weight behind 3 and 9 this time. Have you heard of it? It's rocketing up the charts like no other. Check it out. That's a distillery thing. Alright. I don't think there's actually anything inside. Let's go to Milsanti now. Or we'll do the Avon Hills monster quest. Maybe I'll do that. Raquel. Wow. Ooh! Game like froze there for a sec. What's that Juno? Yeah, we're gonna do the Avon Hills, boss monster quest. Says there's something new here. Is it just this guy over here?
Let's get
Aha! I do have access to a horse. Run him over!
Easy, easy.
Oh, it's Anton! Anton's from the Trails in the Sky games. She's a woman in a maid uniform with the hair the color of lavender. You seen anyone like that? The smallest hint can be of any help. This guy says, "Back off, Jack. Ain't no maids around here. What kind of place you think this is anyway? Go on, get out of here. I'm begging you. I've been looking for so long and grasping at straws. Haven't you heard anything, even a rumor? Come on, get it together. I hate to see a grown man cry. If it's a maid you're looking for, wouldn't you be better off asking in town?" Anton says, "I thought so too, but Ortis isn't the easiest place to get into right now. They don't let any old traveler come waltzing in anymore. They actually threw me out, can you believe it? Picking up the search close by was the best I could do." Grabbing my slippers here. After getting kicked out of the city, you thought you'd try your luck at a fortress. Yeah, like, where was the logic in that? Maid hunt or no, a civilian like you has no business wandering around here. Hit the road. Is that Anton? Wow, he's even asking around for a way out of here. You gotta admire his tenacity. I can't imagine Sharon would be in a place like this, though. Look at Yuna, stylish. We don't get to ride the mounts enough, honestly. Okay, it's enough horse seeing. Milsanti's where we need to go. We can't do that trial chest yet. So Raquel, we have to go to... Let's do that Avon Hills. Where's that? Right here. I'm gonna go here. I'm not too sure where the monster is. I'm shocked that it works me with the horse. Oh! It's down there. I wonder if it will let me over here now.
Giddy up! Easy,
Oh,
easy.
jeez. Didn't mean for that.
Easy,
I
easy.
thought I could run that over.
Giddy up!
Lame.
Easy, easy.
Oh my god, she's getting stuck on everything.
Giddy up! That enemy looks strong. Let's be careful. Easy, easy.
I'm looking at the map. Oops.
Giddy up!
Need to go further south. Oh, yeah. I can't get that way. There's our monster!
That one looks tough. Don't let your guard down.
Get him!
Be on guard. It's strong.
Okay. This is my favorite one. Always has. I love Dark Moon.
Formation.
Dark Moon gives you no cast time. It's like I'm all out. And I have no need to scan everything, because I
It's my turn.
scanned them all on my first playthrough, and whatever ones I missed, I already got.
You can't escape.
Let's go.
I missed them in the early game.
Gale! Ha!
And honestly, I'm shocked that the
Prepare yourself.
monster data carried over.
It's my turn.
I only missed 3.
Temika F-Zero. This is it.
And they were all in like the first 2 chapters.
Finish it.
Hell yeah, Reen. On the turn order up there, Reen and, what's his face? Kurt here, they look too similar.
Hope you're ready.
I'm really gonna try to, not try, we will finish Act 2 today.
It's my turn.
Ooh, this guy's beefy. We're still Dark Mooning.
Dark Moon formation.
It's my turn. Let's fall
Oops! Not what I wanted to do. Let's use... EP. Oh. All EP.
back.
There.
It's my turn.
So we're gonna do... Hang on. What's he weak to? Genesis.
All right.
She might have it. Yeah, Graviton Hammer. That's what I was looking for.
Let's go.
Oh, Kurt.
My apologies.
Leave it to me.
I really thought she had Graviton Hammer as well. I guess not.
I'll cast a spell. So brilliant. Shot may have gone a little too far. Yes.
Oh, just a status helmet too. Come on, Tita, you got this.
I'll help.
The 7th caliber, this hoe.
Okay, you take this Orbital energy charge. I'm just getting 100 from me. Fire!
Her voice is all chopped up from the speed. Done.
Yay!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're gonna report all this in. With O, and then this.
Okay, let's see how you did. Yay! Your rank went up.
Nice.
Here's a gift from Her Highness.
Domination.
Thanks, everyone.
Your Highness sent me domination.
See you later, Reed.
Kind of ironic. He's dominating a country if you think about it. Here's our options. You can go to Raquel and just get all the news off the mat. And then we go to Milsante next. Oh yeah, Imelda, she... Can I shop? Hell yeah.
Get out. Come again.
I can give her different foods. Go to the pub. Forget why I need to go to Milsante. There's something there. Fishing. No, I don't need to do that. Alright. Anyone here we're talking to? Who's that? Customer. Who's this guy? No. Not wasting my breath on them. That's why my playthrough time is so long. So the first time, just look at it. I'm talking to every fucking NPC. Oh, it's covered up. Here. My playtime's almost 2 hours. 2 hours, wow, 200 hours, stupid me. Here. It's almost 200 hours. I'm gonna say, wow, 2 hours? That's really impressive. You know, I've never done the gambling in this game, ever. Never bothered. Never even tried it. I've never been a fan of casinos and games. Plus, I've always had a lot of money. And it's not like, it's needed for any trophies. I just totally skipped what I had to say. I already have that. Pretty sure I don't need any of this stuff. No. Okay, next. Getting all the news off the board, we got this. I'll just do NPC dialogue. Some of it's worth it, some isn't. The ones that are worth it, I read out loud. Like, what's this? Charlotte's somewhere in this town. I don't know who Charlotte is, see? We know her. Reporter Grace. Well, if it isn't the Thoris gang and Sweet Audios, is that the Ashen Chevalier? Rains, it sure is. Is that new hair some sort of disguise? I can hardly recognize you. No, it's just my hair now. You're those journalists from the Crossbow Times, right? She got picked up for an extra special interview I'm doing for an extra special place. Grace, I think you've shared quite enough details already. Okay, whatever she says. Whatever, girl. That's a lot to say. So this is clear. This is clear. Clear. Yeah, Malsanti. All quests are done. And let's check our quests. Our quests are all done. Cool. Go to Malsanti then. Malsanti is such a cute little town. Private home. Since you know the private home is gonna have a lot to say, right? Normally my cats sit beside me while I stream, but they're sleeping right now. I don't normally stream at this time. I had a pretty busy day. I had to vacuum, I had to grocery shop, tidy up the house a bit. I had an appointment earlier. I had a massage because my neck's been really stiff. I haven't been able to move it very much. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else in Malsanti. Let's go to deck. Let's go to the deck. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I think we're ready to go to the Pantagruel. Cool. I always make sure I always hit this. Reported. We are gonna save. And heal. Here's the heal. So we're gonna take on the Pantagruel, which is the end of Act 2. So we'll definitely be able to start Act 3 today. Invitation to the Pantagruel, and from General Legrin, no less. It seems Muse's been planning this all along. Sounds like it's a bigger deal than we'd imagined, says Reen. We'll have to make sure we stay on our toes. Sure, there's just one thing, Reen. Oh, I imagine you already know what I'm thinking. You mean Muse, right? I am her instructor, after all. No matter how much she knows, she's still only 16. We need to keep an eye out for her. That goes without saying, says Gaius. I've charted the course of our destination, so we can leave any time. Just let me know when you want to depart. I need to save. The part of the game I'm looking forward to the most is the Eventide. It's, this right here. Eventide! It's the night before the final battle. It's where you have all your romance decisions. Or all your dating comes in. I don't like my party members right now, so I'm gonna change them. I love Tita, but I'll take her out. I want to put in just level 150s. Emma. There. Sarah and Fee. No, I kind of want Crow. Let's put Crow here. Fee. Actually, I had her last time. Let's do that. I think that's a good party. What do you guys think? Our designated meeting point is a buffer airspace above the borders of Erebonia, Calvard, and Liberl. I've already charted our course. Shall we depart? Depart. I always turn off high speed when it goes to the cutscenes. Once Class 7 and the rest of the crew had each finished up their remaining affairs, the Merkaba then began to make its way towards a designated meeting point. "12:30 p.m. Here we go. What is the Pantagruel? It is a giant warship. On the intercepting border right now. Big energy drink girl, and I went grocery shopping today. And I saw this one. Never seen it before. It's like Arctic Vibe. Never had it before, but oh my gosh, it's so good. That's what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking any alcohol. I'm not a big drinker. Getting lit on my energy drink. Merkaba number 8. This is the Pantagruel speaking. Your ship is now permitted to dock. Please follow the beacon. Understood. Initiating automated boarding. Makia says, wow. We really are over a 3-way border, if only just barely. Algate says, the non-intervention zone should span the entire surrounding area, supposedly. Randy said, not much of a chance for interference when you're standing 3 entire countries, huh? When you're straddling them. Sarah says, plus, it's off the invasion route into the Republic. It makes for a pretty effective blind spot. But do we really have to go all the way out here just to find out what Millie Mirage is about? They're here. Enter the front runners. What's going on? The Pantagruel. The landing craft. It's actually this huge ship here. You also go to the Pantagruel on one of the Trails in the Sky games. I believe it's the second one. You go as Estelle, and I'm pretty sure you go on the ship to look for Joshua, I believe. I know you get put on there against your will. Laura says, scout ships in the Pantagruel, and more from the northeast and south. The northeast and south, could it be? That makes their origins clear, geographically speaking. But in that case, the ship coming from the east must be a new state-of-the-art military gunship from the Republic, courtesy of Verne Company. That's right, complete with the higher carrying capacity and expanding cruise range.
Indeed, important figures from each one of our neighboring countries. The Kingdom of Liberl, the Principality of Remiferia, and even the Republic of Calvard. And if all goes to plan, we'll have a few special guests from the Bracer Guild and the SSS join us too.
Hell yeah! Who was the Bracer Guild? Estelle and Joshua. They're part of the Bracer Guild. So is Shara. Agate. Randy. No, Randy's part of the SSS. So are Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, Tia. Been about a month, hasn't it? Alright, this is where you escaped from, right, Ash? Wow, the ship is huge. That's the Bobcat too? It's just like Josette said.
So, you showed up after all.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I like the sound it made. I forget his name. Brigadier General Bardius, you look
As
well.
do you, Schwarzer. Despite everything General Le Guin and Miss Clotilda tell me you've been through. Your Highness, Lady Angelica, it's a pleasure to have you back safely with us.
Thank you, Brigadier General. We appreciate it. Who would have thought we'd be meeting here on the Pantagruel at a time like this?
Agreed. Things have taken a real turn since Ordis's last provincial council. What happens here today could very well change the course of history.
Okay, here we go. The course of history. Yusei says, in fact, some of our guests have already arrived, though many of them are simply here to observe.
Follow me, everyone.
Ooh, here we go. I swear the Pantagruel was red. Wasn't it? Or am I thinking it's another ship? Look at that fucking chandelier. I changed some of the characters' hair. Yuna says, wow, incredible. Doesn't even begin to describe this place. Actually, haven't you and Instructor Rain been here before, Allie? It's a bit of a long story, but I shall not reveal the details of this misconduct during that occasion. Rain, what'd you do? It was just a misunderstanding. I'm not entirely convinced, says Elliot. I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm sure he didn't have impure intentions. I told you before, Rain, nobody likes a goody two-shoes. You guys just not. We've been known for a while of your unsociable ways. We already accepted the fact that you're completely clueless about how people's feelings, Rain. This brings back memories. Rain carried me in his arms once. Oh right, I forgot about that, says Crow. Man, there was a lot going on that day. Doobly says, I doubt anyone there that day expected that sort of darling escape from you. Wow, that must have been so cool. Tio says, you really can't judge a book by its cover. Guys like you and Lloyd are really something else. Leave some charm to the rest of us, will ya? Dr. Rain, Toa, requesting permission to burst into tears. Permission denied. This just means everyone likes you, Rain. You're a lucky man, Rain, says Angelica.
Wow. Looks like the party's already started.
Kinda feels like this meeting was a long time coming, huh?
Ah. It's the gang! I love Estelle. She's a great female protagonist.
Well, I'll be.
Took you guys long enough.
Long time no see, Tita.
Have you grown a few, Reach? Or am I imagining things?
Estelle.
Aw.
Joshua. And...
Cheetah is originally from the Sky Games. It's Ren.
Hello again, Tita. Remember our promise?
Ren! Oh, you guys. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Cheetah's so sweet.
Don't you get me started, too.
So melodramatic. And here I thought you two'd have grown out of this by now.
You're one to talk. I can see you getting a little choked up yourself. Seems like you've been
All
holding
right.
up pretty well, Agate.
As if there was any doubt. We're
Tell
making
'em.
progress, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot left to take care of.
All the more reason to stay on top of our game from here on.
Put the blanket on.
Sarah, you're here too.
Nice to see
My
you.
anime blanket.
been too
Black
long.
Butler.
Man, it sure has. What's it been, like 3 years since you were last here in the Empire? Oh yeah, let me introduce you to Fee. Sup?
Fee?
I fucking love
Like-
Fee.
The Fee?
The Fee?
That petite powerhouse they keep talking about in all the guild branches?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sylphide. As you can see,
I love.
we've heard all
Love
about
that
the work
name.
you've been doing.
You
Sylphie.
can just call me Fee. I've heard a thing or two about you guys too.
No one ever really calls her
You know,
Sylphie.
from Agate and Sherazard.
Oh, yeah? Trust them to embarrass us like
Ah!
Speaking of Shira, we still don't know where she is, do we?
Not a clue. We know she's still alive, at least. Way I figure, if she was in trouble, she'd contact us with that thing she's got.
Right. It's only been about 2 weeks since we last heard from her.
She
2
left
weeks.
Heimdall altogether just after that, didn't she?
Yeah, I've got all the other Erebony embracers looking out for her too.
Theo!
Nice tackle, Kia. Lloyd, Ellie, I'm glad you guys managed to come.
Of course. We wouldn't miss this.
Oh, I
Aw.
can't help myself. Come here, you two.
Ellie, I can't breathe.
Oh, Tio, I'm so relieved to see you're okay. Yona's been worried about you too, you know.
Oh, you don't say. That's cool. But also, I could really use some air.
Hoo-wee! The dynamic duo's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
So cute how they all reunite.
Good to see you, Randy.
Right
I love
back
Lloyd.
at you, Lloyd.
Now,
Lloyd's a good
hold on a
character.
moment. You didn't think I'd just let that little comment of yours slide, did you? Who's the dynamic duo? Me and Tio?
I don't think we got any taller.
No, not a... crap. Forget I said anything, alright?
Shame on you, Randy. There are children here.
And we didn't forget about you, Yuna.
He,
Kia's been telling us about all you've been up to.
We
Misa
heard
and
you
her
helped set Tio free.
bikini too.
I'm so proud of you. Well, that was more Class 7 as a whole. It was just part of our mission. As someone who's always looked up to the SSS, it's so great seeing all of you back together again.
What do you mean?
Aw,
You're one of us too, Yuna.
hell yeah, she is.
You're a
She's
lot
from
closer
Crossbell.
to the SSS than you give yourself credit for.
That's right. You carry on the spirit of Crossbell in a way all your own.
I think we're all aware of how much you look up to the SSS. But you know what? It goes both ways. We're just as proud of you too, Yuna. Every one of us.
Thank
Aw,
you.
cute.
Well, at the very least, you've gotten a bit more tame since the first day you bucked into the branch campus.
Come on, Randy! Let me have my moment!
And next time we're back on the
Oh,
ship, we should
right.
give the gifts to all those other
Elisa,
characters.
Over here!
Ellie, you look amazing. It's been too long. I'm so glad you guys finally got the chance to reunite.
Oh, that's right. Elisa and Ellie met up about 3 months ago, huh?
Yep. Elisa's the granddaughter of the Reinford Company's founder. Not to mention a Thor's alumnus.
Thank you, Elisa. Though, I don't think I look even half as good as you.
This is cute.
Allow me to congratulate you on your reunion as well.
Ellie's very busty.
Aw, thanks.
Like her boobs stick out more than her head.
I suppose I'd
Same
better
with
introduce
Sarah.
myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Reen Schwarzer, graduate of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. Ellie, Estelle, Joshua. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Elisa's told me quite a bit about you already. Perhaps a bit too much, actually.
Ellie?
We definitely know you by now, after all the stories we've heard. From Tita's letters and Ren, even Olivier and Toval.
Aw.
I see.
I love Olivier.
It's no surprise you knew His
Him,
Highness,
Eustace, and
but
Rufus are my
I
husbands
wasn't aware
of the
you knew
video game
Toval,
world.
too.
Yup. We met back on our first trip in Erebonia. He helped us out a bunch. It's good to meet you, Reen. This has definitely been a long time coming. Don't worry. You can loosen up around us. We're the same age, more or less, right?
Got it. I think I'll take you up on that. Looking forward to working with you guys.
for sure.
Great
As are we.
characters.
Oh,
Everyone's all choked up.
It's been a while, Lloyd. How have you been?
Busy, to say the least. It's been crazy this past year and a half. I really owe you for your help during Operation Birdcage. I'm sure I'll get the chance to return the favor, though. I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more of each other. From here on, Reen, we fight on the same side. As equals.
Instructor Reen?
Honestly, I'm not sure I even deserve to shake your hand.
Hmm.
I'm sure you've heard about what I've done. The mistake I made.
Reen.
Aw. He puts himself down too much.
It's my fault that the curse spread throughout not only the Empire, but Crossbell too.
Crossbell got
It's
hit
the
really
same
hard
with Northumbria and Jirai as well.
with the curse.
Even this awful war with Calvard. I have no idea how I can even begin to apologize.
No, Reen. That's wrong. It's my duty as a detective to look beyond what's on the surface. You wanna know what I see?
I see a bitch.
I
I'm
see
just
that this was all a setup from the very start. Nothing you could have done would have possibly changed the outcome. I see a man who, despite it all, never fell to despair. A man who continues to push
Lloyd
back,
has a
even
lot
at
of
this
courage.
very moment. Not just for Crossbell, or even Erebonia, but for the world itself and all who reside in it. Within you lies the strength of countless allies, helping you move forward through whatever may come. I'd like the SSS to be a part of that, Reen. To be one of those allies there by your side. Empire or Crossbell, where we're from doesn't matter anymore. Now we're fighting for the world itself. Together.
Lloyd.
This guy, I swear.
Oh, it's a big part in the game.
Now I understand why you look up to him the way you do.
Yep. Told you he was great.
AKA Yuna has a crush on him.
Wow.
I mean, who wouldn't? I
How
would.
am I supposed to follow up a speech like that? I'll gladly take your words to heart. It's good to have you with us, Lloyd. I'll be honest with
yeah.
you, our situation is looking grim, and it's only going to get worse from here. But that's never stopped us before. With you on board, we'll overcome every barrier in our way.
We got this.
You got it.
That goes for us, too. We Laburlians got your back.
Yes, we do.
I see you've saved me the trouble of rounding you up.
There she is.
Principal Le Guin.
Big titty principal.
Right on time. Is everything ready?
Is she?
General Aurelia Le Guin, commander of the Viceland Army.
Wow. I can tell this lady's a serious badass.
That's an understatement. She's one of the greatest swordmasters of our generation.
Bracers of Liberl, Special Support Section. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Aurelia Le Guin. Well met, all of you.
Well met.
I'd love to chat with each of you individually, of course, but time is of the essence. I suspect our other guests are anxious to get things underway.
What?
I knew it.
Oh, we just saw him.
Well, if it isn't the Special Support Section, I do believe it's been around 2 years since our paths last crossed.
That
Though it would
seems...
seem Arios is not with you this time around.
A pleasure to see you
Arios,
again,
the
Your
Blade
Lordship.
Master.
Our apologies. Arios had some pressing matters to attend to, though he did make sure to send his regards.
Is that so? I suppose I expected as
Good
much.
music, by the way, whatever
A
they're
man
playing
in
here.
his position seldom has any time to spare. Princess Alphen, I bring you my greetings and condolences both. We received news of Emperor Eugen's condition, as well as the tragedy that befell Prince Olivert. I
Yeah,
can
oh yeah,
only
she is
imagine
going
the
through a
pain this
lot.
must put you through. You have my deepest sympathies.
And you have my sincerest appreciation, your lordship. I must admit, I didn't expect to be able to meet with you so soon.
Nor did I. A silver lining in the dark cloud that brought us here. Lady
Seems
Mildine,
kind.
allow me to thank you once again for the invitation.
The gratitude is ours, your lordship. It's an honor to receive you.
Ha ha! This is quite an extraordinary crowd we have here. Correct me if I'm wrong, SSS, but it was 2 years ago that we last met as well.
I don't remember who this guy is.
Yes, back at the trade conference.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Princess Alphen, Lady Mildine, I don't believe I've ever formally had the pleasure. Though I suppose in a way we aren't entirely unfamiliar with each other. I had the privilege of meeting your brother, you see, back during the conference.
Oh, yes, he mentioned you before.
I had no idea who this guy
Pleased to finally
is.
make your acquaintance. Knowing you're here helps put into perspective the true scale of Operation Meal Mirage.
It's an honor to have you. We do appreciate you taking the time to come. After all, I'm sure you, of all people, have been particularly busy of late, President Rocksmith.
What? No way! So that's how this is gonna go.
I don't even know how to react.
How silly of us. I didn't realize we had neglected to make our introductions.
In that case, allow me to go first.
I don't even remember this guy at all.
I am Albert von Bartolomeus, Grand Prince of the Principality of Remiferia. It's a pleasure to meet you, students and alumni of Thor's Military Academy.
This General Rocksmith? Yeah.
And I'm Samuel Rocksmith, President of the Republic of Calvin.
I recognize him,
I'm sure
but
I'm
like
the last person you would
the Trails
expect
to
see
Zero
here.
and Azure graphics.
Prince Albert is one thing, but President Rocksmith?
Indeed. And in person, no less. What's the President of Calvert doing here? We're on the verge of war.
That is exactly why I chose to attend, Machius Regnitz. Ah, and you must be the
Call him
acting
out.
Duke Alberea. And, you're Fee Clausel, correct?
I feel like he knows us all.
Let me guess. She told you. As I suspected, you work for Calvert's Central Intelligence Department.
That son of a hoe. It's those people we saw at the inn. Her and the pretty blonde girl. You girls.
That's right. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, as well as a member of the Special Force Hercules. Thanks for your help before, by the way.
I'm Lucy Sayland, Private Secretary to the Grand Prince. For those of you we met before, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Now I understand. You were investigating Erebonia's internal affairs to prepare for today's meeting.
Wait, back up a sec. If the heads of Remiferia and Calvert are here, then...
There's only one more big nation we're missing.
Gasp.
It would seem they've arrived.
I see her.
They made it.
Oh, you have got to be shitting me.
The girl has just as much a stake in this as anyone else, after all.
Oh! It's the Princess of Liberl.
It is.
And beside her...
Man,
She's in the Sky Games.
today's just full of surprises, isn't it?
I don't remember her name,
Sorry for the delay. I have to say, this is the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
Thank you once again for inviting us.
Is that Cassius? Claudia, that's her name. Is this Cassius? Yeah, Cassius Bright, Estella's dad. Or Joshua's
My name
adopted
is
father.
Claudia von Auslies. I will be participating on behalf of Queen Alicia II of Liberl. Delighted to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for pleasantries. How about we get straight down to business?
Always liked Cassius. I have nothing negative to say about him. Ba, ba. There's Elise. There's Muse in her outfit, even though she's wearing a bikini and has short hair in my costume version of her, but that's okay. Elliot says, this feels more like a summit than any informal meeting of concerned parties. Yeah, but I know Eustace and Angelica must have known this war was coming, right? Angie says, yes, because they planned to include representatives from powers outside Erebonia right from the beginning. Though we had no idea who exactly would be invited or in attendance. Toa says, turns out Operation Millie Mirage has many influential backers. And Lieutenant General of Liberl is among them. Cassius Bright, tactical genius who stopped the Empire's invasion during the 100 Days War. After the war, he left the army and worked as a bracer for a while, says Laura. He and my father were good friends. Fee says, I think I remember something involving him around 4 years ago. Right when the multiple Erebonian branches of the guild were blown up. When the abnormalities started in Liberl, he rejoined the army. Now he's having a friendly chit-chat with the president of Calvard, whose country is about to get invaded by Erebonia. That Muse is an excellent matchmaker. She even reached out to Rimaferia, wow. Rimaferia in a similar situation as Liberl right now. The Empire's pressuring both of them to allow the army safe passage through, says Machias. Emma says, neither are particularly willing to do so, but they fear retaliation should they decline. Refusal could be construed as siding with Calvard. That'll probably be the main topic of discussion today. While those nations can't openly oppose the Empire, we along with the Bracelers and the SSS are more free to take action. It's a good opportunity to speak with the other parties involved, not just Liberl and Crossbell, but Rimaferia and even Calvard too. Altina says, indeed, there is no better time for us to exchange information. After this discussion, I'd like to speak with the Grand Prince and the President myself. You've got guts, says Machias. I'll give you that, though I wouldn't mind exchanging a few words with them either. And I'd like to talk to Ellie, if there's time. And the Crown Prince Claudia, too. Seriously, well, I guess this is your best shot at getting close to her. By the way, Ash, don't you and Joshua go way back? Look, that ain't confirmed, but I don't really remember him. Still, you two might want to talk and clear things up. Yeah, that's what this thing's all about, isn't it? There's gonna be dinner after the main talk. We can talk about more personal stuff then. The principal invited us here, so there's no point in acting like wallflowers. Let's make the most of it. Where's Reen? So, talk to everybody. Got it. So we can't do anything until all the sub-events have been cleared. Oh my gosh. Let's go talk over here first. There you are, Reen, says Toa. Suddenly working your way through the crowd, chatting everyone up. Are you gonna talk to Claude, too? If that's okay, that's a special second Lieutenant Kelia. Yes, you may speak to me at any time without reservation, Ashen Chevalier. I'm grateful for your help the other day. I had a feeling you guessed who I was right at the start. I had my suspicions, says Serene. It seemed I interrupted your conversation. What was it about? We were just touching upon recent internal affairs in Calvard. I'm not sure what you might have heard about the situation there. The ruling party lost the opposition of the recent elections. Once Prince Rockfelt's President Rockfeld's term ends, I'll be forced to step down. So your entire government is being swapped out? That's a drastic change, Smachius. The country is already in a crisis, but there's also been acts of terrorism carried out by the anti-immigration faction. I see, says Angelica. Immigration is a very divisive issue in the Republic. And she's have to say. Good to see you again, Kelia. How's Kilika been doing? Well, as ever, she's one Iron Lady. You make it sound as though a long time has passed since you were last in Kelvard. Angelica and Kilika? Is she who I think she is? Heck, you picked up on her name, huh? She's a practitioner of Taito. She's the one who taught me. I just talked about swords. Who is in here? Pro, Laura, Gaius. An honor to speak with you again, says Laura. We haven't had the chance to talk leisurely since we were at the Emerus Garden. It's been so long. Pro says, I was kind of having an identity crisis when we last met. Somehow, we've always been too busy to really talk. True. Damn, all the generals here are strong as hell. You managed to hold off McBurn all on your own in Lockadop Canyon. That's pretty damn awesome. Laura says, my father fought McBurn as well. Though he seemed alright at the time, the damage his body suffered manifested later. Have you noticed anything similar? No, luckily I seem to be perfectly fine. I don't think it's because McBurn was going to easy on me. He seemed dead set on inflicting as much pain as possible. I think he might have been particularly vicious when you were fighting Count Arsed. He was worried about Wallace, but glad to know he's okay. It would be nice to have a friendly duel with him one day. Gaius says... Well, well, is that you, Schwarzerd? Says Bardus. You look awfully serious. Rean says the situation's pretty grave. At least I have a sense of what direction I should be headed in. I've got my allies to thank for that and lending me their strength. That's good. Gaius, you seem to have gotten used to your new powers. Barkhorn was a legend, there's no doubt about that, but I think he'll be another. That's kind of you to say so, says Gaius. I hope it won't sound patronizing, but I've been concerned about you. I see now that I needn't have worry. You're doing well for yourself, and you'll go far if you keep it up. Haha, you know how to build my confidence, I appreciate that. Green says, I should speak to Cassius soon. Let's go find him. Oh, here's, Celine and Duvalie. What's Duvalie say? Celine says, oh, there you are! I dripped water on myself. Introducing yourself to all the important people, are you? Well, I thought it wouldn't hurt. What are you up to? Not much, says Duvalie. We're merely standing around. I've been on this airship before. I've seen all there is to it. Anyway, the talk will be over soon, so I might as well wait here. Nothing's bothering her. She's not hiding it very well, is she? It's about that man from Liberl, Cassius. She's been acting funny around him. Ah, I get it. He's a master of 8 leaves, 1 blade. He used to go by the nickname Divine Blade. Hey, what are you talking about behind my back? It's rude to exclude people from the conversation when they're right there with you. Sorry about that. How are you doing, Rosine? Everything okay? More or less. I've received report of some Ouroboros activity from the High Seat when I was on my way here. Nothing's happened yet, though. By the way, has there been some sort of incident in the Holy City? I think Emma mentioned something about that too, says Celine. Vita might know about it, but as luck would have it, she's not here. She's keeping her distance. I can relax without her annoying presence, setting my teeth on edge. Enjoy it while you can, says Rosine. Should I ask the staff to fetch you a saucer of warm milk? Good idea. Thanks, Rosine, says Celine. Next. have Elliot, Elise. Elise says, this coffee is excellent. Elliot says, yeah, the biscuits are great. Secretary Lucy says, there's Remiferian specialties. Elliot says, I was worried to be pretty unapproachable, since you're the Grand Prince's secretary. I was surprised to learn you're not too much older than us, though. You're really young in your position, says Elise. The situation is quite different. I'm close friends with Princess Elfin. My family's quite known in Remiferia. You might have heard of the Sheelans. Talking that Sheelan has like a medical company, and it was built here in Remiferia. Sorry, I skipped some of that. Pretty boring. Next. Who's in here? Oh, we have, Grace. Sure, I'm lucky getting invited to the border of Pantagruel to carry out exclusive interviews. So many interesting people, all in one place. Ellie, Tio, Elisa, even Emma, the Hexen clan. Has it gotta be fate? Adios must have guided me here to interview you. What do you say? Maybe later, but it doesn't take too long. You should be aware of this, but you won't be allowed to publish anything about this meeting in the foreseeable future. Die. What about the freedom of press? Just kidding. I understand that being invited to this top secret get-together is a great privilege, and I won't be able to write about it for a while. But once international relations become somewhat normalized, maybe I'll get a green light to publish a special report on this. After all, my duty as a specialist is to observe and document important events. It would take everything she says with a grain of salt. I'm hoping the materials you collect here will win you the prize. Lots of events. He just realized he was there. The man of the hour. Green Schwarzer, do you agree to an interview? I'm not liberating. Talk about all sorts of things. Very single-minded about interviewing people, but she's a nice person. Boo, you don't help at all, Tio. Green, you look like Grace walking around and sniffing info out. It's not like, I'm not curious about the meeting. I'm surprised that Vita didn't show up. Me too, she left the barrier and vanished somewhere. It worries me a little. Elisa says, yeah, it's kinda suspicious. You're nervous she's plotting something? I don't mean to sound ungrateful since she's helped us numerous times, that Vita's known to pursue plenty questionable goals. I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Are you in a relationship, she says? Grace, control yourself, says Ellie. You can tell her off any number of times, she goes back to her MO right away. Drink. You bulked up since I last saw you, Lloyd, says Randy. Gotta do this outfits retailer up the gym. I didn't notice, said Kia. You see him every day, so the difference isn't as obvious, but he looks more like he as his brother, doesn't he? Well, I see him in pictures, but yeah, I'd say so too. Now, if only I had his height, too. Is it Guy Bannings you're referring to? He was once a high-ranking officer at CPD, but died in the line of duty 5 years ago. Yeah, we used to live nearby. I don't know him from visions of the past. I only know him from visions of the past. I've never seen here or there. He said, right here, I'm determined as can be to end this and work towards independence for Crossbell. Lloyd's been through a lot. In fact, I might have had it easier than him. It's news to me that he had a brother, though. His brother sounds like an amazing person. Another one. Another one. Dr. Rain, aren't you busy playing nice with everyone? Well, we've got to make the most for this opportunity. Lloyd, there's a lot of us to catch up on. I'd love for us to get a drink or two, if you have the time, but... Sweet, I'm coming too, says Randy. How about we go get to a place I know when this thing lands? It's got some pretty nice... Randy... Alright, alright. It's just like Randy. Actually, that reminds me. Rixia's busy everywhere right now. What? Rixia Mao is busy elsewhere right now. There. Read it correctly. Yeah, there's a bunch of different factions at play here, both within and outside Erebonia. The other members of the SSS and our close allies are all busy dealing with them. Like Noelle, Chief Sergei, Dudley, Arios. That's right, Fran and Wazi help us out sometimes too. Sonya and Muriel have been kept their heads down though. They can't do too much considering their position. They're members of the same Crossbow Guardian force that was absorbed by the Imperial Army, aren't they? They're both very capable officers. Yeah, they have the same objective we do, but different obligations. Not unrelated to the contents of today's meeting. You can't help but get an idea of the master plan, looking at all the people Muse and General Gwen invited here. Wow, Reen, I'm impressed. You ever think about becoming a detective? I doubt I would match up to the pros. Alright, so we have one more room of people left to talk to. Who's over here? The Augate, this group, and the girls. Let's just talk to the guys. Guys plus Renee. Joshua says, hey Kurt and Ash, good to see you again. Happy to have your instructor back. Kurt says, very much so. It's only possible thanks to everyone's help. Augate was pretty impressive with that sword of his, really seeing where he got his name Heavenly Blade. Those two aren't bad either. I might have taken a couple swings, but I was just one of many taking part of the Operation Bust Reen out. Same goes for me and Kia. Maybe our timing was lucky, but credit goes to everyone equally. Joshua, Ash, don't the two of you have something important to talk about? She's right. Don't put it off. Everything's gone to shit right now, but there's no guarantee you'll be able to see each other again. Yes, you should sort things out. There's no denying that Raquel has become home to you, Ash, but I'm sure there's value in learning about the place that led you here. Hamel was just a small village. It had no more than a few dozen inhabitants. As a result, there were very few children living there. Loie was the oldest at 16. My sister Karen was 15 and I 6. There was another boy too. He was 3 years old. He was too young to play with us too much, but ever since he was a baby, we looked after him. I was looking forward to playing with him when he got a little older. It was almost like a little brother to me. But then those peaceful days abruptly ended. A group of Jaeger dropouts posing as the Royal Army opened fire on the villagers. I watched as Jan, Amelia were shot. There was blood everywhere. Their son fell to the ground, blood all over his clothes. We fled. We ran and ran, too afraid to look back. Survival was the only thing on our minds. That boy didn't die, though. He had merely fainted from shock. We had no idea. Eventually, we made it out of the village. Lois stayed behind to distract their pursuers. He told me and Karen to keep running. But we got ambushed by another group of Jaeger dropouts. There's the harmonica. Joshua. It's truly heart-wrenching. I've heard it before, but it gets me every time. That's what happened 14 years ago. At least that's how I remember it. That boy we left behind might have had a different perspective on the events of that day. He may have hated us for escaping without him, and I can't blame him. The bullet you fired at Emperor Eugen should have been for me. Joshua? It's alright, Ren. It was a shock when I heard about what happened in Heimdar. I realized the burden that boy from Hamel had to live with. But even though I felt immense guilt that we hadn't checked to see if he was alive, that we hadn't taken him with us, there was another feeling too. Overwhelming joy. I can't say how happy it made me when I found out he had survived. Joshua, thanks for being patient listening to this long story of mine. Don't know why you bothered telling me this when it's got nothing to do with me, but it wasn't entirely boring. I meant to stay awake till the end. Ash. Glad to hear it. Thanks, Ash. The Hamel tragedy took place at about the same time I was first taken to Ymir. I'm glad Ash was able to hear Joshua's story. Obviously, the little boy was Ash. Oh god, another one. I'm getting hoarse from all the reading and talking, that's why I have a tea. Oh, I didn't notice you were there, instructor. Hey, Reen, this is Joshua. Dude, eavesdrop much? Sorry about that. Same event Joshua was talking about pretty much changed the course of my life, too. So it's at least a little relevant to me. Why so defensive, Ash? I thought you said Joshua's story had nothing to do with you. She's got you there. Screw all that old drama! We got plenty of new drama we could talk about instead. For example, what's going on with you and Russell, The hell are you talking about, huh? Oh, why don't you share that with the rest of class, Sis Ren? Ren, it's not like that, Sis Tita. Damn, you can't even see what's right in front of your face, old man? We all know what's going on. It's obvious to anyone with half a brain. Who are you calling old, you little brat? I'm only 28. Why are we even talking about this? That's a very Ash way to change the topic. He used to be such a cryberry. I'm glad Adios kept him safe. No, not just her. It's thanks to a number of kind-hearted people. Yeah, thanks for sharing that story with us, Joshua. Of course. Thank you as well, Reen, for all you've done for him. I have one more story here. Dreamed of being the presence of the President of Calvard and the Grand Prince of Remeferia. Crown Princess Claudia and Lieutenant General Cassius are here too. Man, this place is cramped top to bottom with bigwigs. Me on the other hand, I'm just some schmuck. The airship. What am I doing here mingling with them? It's a problem, you're great at mingling. And besides, you've been helping out Lloyd and Reed a bunch. No reason for you not to be here. By the way, thanks for helping me and Agate cross the border into the Empire, Sis Tita. Things would have been way harder without you. What's going on with my hair here? Tita, I told you it's no big deal. You saved my bacon too in Heimdar, says Sarah. Seems like Capella Delivery Service is always there to help when we're in a pinch. Your service are a lifeline for the guild too. Everyone's very thankful to have you guys around. You don't work for Jaegers and you stay away from shady business. That counts in your favor too. Look, it's business. And we do what we have to in order to turn a profit. She's blushing, says Estelle. You guys stop it. Really like teasing her, huh? Don't worry, it's friendly teasing. Leaves, as well as the branch campus used to be within Capula. So many cutscenes. Hey Reen, you're quite the social butterfly today, says Sarah. Just making sure I get to talk to everyone, says Reen. Cassius is next on my list. Makes sense, since he will study with Master Kappai. Not sure why he and Chloe agreed to come all the way here. I don't know what to think about this Duchess Cayenne. The whole meeting is giving me bad vibes. Yusei's not a bad person, I promise, says Tita. I can only imagine she must have been planning this for a while. Tried not to show it, but the situation in the Empire was probably bothering her a lot. You noticed too, didn't you, Instructor? Yeah, I did. But from what I've heard, Yuna saw right through her when we met back up.
Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point. There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives, is there? Elliot said she dropped the act for a sec back then. She's only 16 too, even younger than Fee. Duke died in an accident. His younger brother inherited the title, but all he cared about was his personal interests.
Musei's foolish uncle even stirred up the Civil War, but their family was about to be stripped from their title and privilege. And yet here we are, with Musei as a mastermind behind a plan to save the world. She's got more guts than anyone on the ship. Musei is one of those individuals to do me a favor, so I stay by her side. I doubt you need me to tell you that, though, says Estelle. I see now why Tita compares you to the sun. You're bright, you dispel any shadows of doubt in others. Thanks for the advice. It was my intention all along. I needed the kick to get it around it. Good luck. Fee says, oh Estelle, there's something I've been dying to know. You and Josh were together, right? But for... how far exactly have you guys gone? Ew. That's so out of the blue, says Estelle. Sarah says, don't try to wiggle out of it. I'm burning with curiosity, too. You wouldn't have tried to dodge the question unless... Why are you bugging me about it? I can't tell you when Reen's right there. What if he hears? Looks like they're talking about something personal. I don't want to be a third wheel, I better go. Is that all of them? Yes, thank God. I wish more of the cutscenes were voiced. That's my only gripe, but they're like half voiced, half not. It was off. Sounds like the meeting's over. There's Chloe and Cassius. Alphen, Musei, Le Guin.
Oh, you there, young man.
You're Reen Schwarzer, correct?
Yes, that's right. I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
As am I. Stories of the Ashen Chevalier have certainly made their rounds across Calvard. Though I suppose not all of those stories paint you in the best light.
That's perfectly understandable, says Reen. However, I hear you single-handedly destroyed a number of our tanks and gunships without killing those within. It was quite a feat, which spiked my curiosity. I see now a little Mildine, Princess Alphen, and General Grin holds you in high esteem. Reen says, thank you for the compliment. Please accept my apologies about your tanks. It was nothing personal. Prince Albert says, you've also played a part in the Northern War, didn't you? Rimaferia and Northumbria have been on friendly terms for quite a long time. It pains me greatly. We could not do anything to help them. Your involvement contributing to the significant reduction in the casualties among their citizens. You give me too much credit. I wasn't acting alone. No need to be so humble. I heard stories about you from refugees who fled to Rimaferia when Northumbria was incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. Haha, modesty is a fine trait, but it starts to grate when people downplay their achievements. Acknowledge your importance. You're the person whose actions may very well decide the fate of the world, after all. There's still plenty of time until dinner. If you'd like to chat more, I'll be in my room. Since the acting Duke Alberea and the fellow from the Inspectorate are here, why not invite them along as well? I've already informed them. I will also be retiring to my room until dinner. Feel free to come and see me if you wish. I'd like to speak with Lloyd, too. I'll go and tell him. Still more cutscenes. Yay.
I was wondering when we'd finally get the chance to meet.
Who dis? Who dis? Oh, Cassius. I'm gonna go take a sip, but I have to read more. Cassius Sprite, I heard much about you. I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to you either, Your Highness. I'm Reen Schwarzer, son of Baron Tio Schwarzer, and disciple of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. I currently work as an instructor for Thor's Military Academy branch campus. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you. In a way, this feels closer to a reunion than a first meeting. Perhaps it's due to all the tales I've heard about you from Tita and Josette. And from Prince Olivert as well.
I'm honored to hear that, Cicerine. What happened to Olivier was truly heartbreaking. We had this great vision, you see. It wasn't only with Erebonia's best interests in mind, but those of the entire continent. Yeah, he was a great man. Victor and Tobal were good friends of mine as well. Their deaths have dealt a very heavy blow to Erebonia, but even and say it was felt by the whole continent. But now we must carry on without them, even if that involves committing to something they most certainly would never have approved of. Huh? If you'd like, why don't you stop by for a chat for a bit before dinner? Cassius, you wanted to talk to Estelle, didn't you? Yes, and the others as well. Rene, Tia, Agate. Please do come along, Rain. We could reminisce about Master Kathai together. Bum, bum.
Oh, Rain! There you are!
Are you alright, Princess Elfin? Of course. I was a little shocked about the topics of discussion, but I suppose it's good we were able to talk about all those pressing issues. Princess. I'm sorry I couldn't reveal the intended scale when I invited you, Princess. I trust you understand this was an inevitable reality. Your presence here was of the utmost importance. Yes, I am well aware of my responsibilities. With neither father nor my brother available, it falls to me to represent the Imperial family. They remained informed of the current situation. Would you be so kind as to share some of that information with us at dinner, Cicerine? Artist says that's the plan. We could use more input on the matter at hand. We'll be cooperating with others. Racers, SSS, and reps of Thor should make their voices heard too. We'll need to know where they intend to position themselves between Operations Jormungandr and Mille Mirage. Mille Mirage. Dinner won't be served for a while though. Princess Elfin, Elise, why don't you join for tea? You may join as well, Instructor, but the topic of discussion will most likely not interest you, given how easily you embarrass. Sigh, I can never tell if you're joking, Yusei, but tea sounds good. Count me in. Can Claudia join? I'll extend my invitation to her. Are you coming, Instructor Rain? Please do! If you insist, I'll see you in a bit. So we have a lot more cutscenes. Oh, hi, baby girl. Kitty's here. My kitty's here. Hi, baby. Oh, we have 2 optional and 1 we must. Let's go here first. I don't know who's in here. Probably the girls. Oh no, it's them. An executive interview like this sure makes my day. What are your thoughts on the developments since the trade conference 2 years ago? And what's your take on the recent incidents at the Principality? Listen, Grace, it's all very well that you're so motivated, but you should think your questions through beforehand. Somehow it hurts that much more being told off by a stunningly beautiful woman. Who's in this big clump? And is there anyone upstairs? I can't even go that way if I wanted to. But let's go this way. We're gonna go in here now. President Rocksmith, in your opinion, what's the prognosis for Calvert looking? Not too bad, I'd say. For now, Lady Mildine's sharp intellect is truly something to be feared. The situation being as it is, I'm determined to see things through on my end. President Rocksmith. What the new party does with their country once it's in their hands, though, I couldn't really say. I might have some information that could be of interest to you. Chloe, how are you? Very well, thanks. I haven't seen you in 3 months. Good to see you again, Joshua, Ren, and you guys. Been a while. Agate says, Tita and I saw you in Grand Cell before we set off for Erebonia. That was the same for us, but we headed for Calvard. How is the Queen? Very well, thanks for asking after her. Couldn't have attended with all the attention around her right now. That's why she sent me in her stead. I see. She needed someone trustworthy to represent her. But if these talks are so critical, why didn't Juliet and Sieg come along? Imagine some urgent matters kept them busy. Sieg hardly has a moment to spare working as a messenger. Based off that, I suppose I have an idea on what's going on. But I doubt people were just making small talk over tea and biscuits in there. Can you share anything with us, Dad? We haven't seen each other in half a year. It's straight to business, with neither hello nor a hug. I suppose a father can't help for love and affection from his daughter when she's left the nest and become independent. Estelle says, don't guilt-trip me for not being all sugary sweet. You seem well anyway. You too, Sunshine. Joshua, everything alright? Yeah, it's going well. So you're Chloe's bodyguard, Dad? Don't tell me you're all here for, I don't believe it. Looks like it was only yesterday we were traveling around Liberl together. I was a Sky Bandit back then, says Josette. You might be older now, Estelle, but you're as happy-go-lucky as ever. Tita, I hear you're making a name for yourself. Your grandfather had nothing but praise for you. Apparently, though your mom worries a lot about you. Aw, she's just a worrywart. Write her a lot to let her know I'm fine. I already messaged her to tell her everything's okay. She mentioned something about Agate getting his comeuppance next time she sees him too. She said she was drafting a new research project involving human test subjects. What? Mom. It's like the good old times again. That reminds me, Estelle, did you see Zin when you were in Calvard? I did. It was just before I came to Erebonia. He asked me to pass messages from him to my dad and a few others. They got lots to talk about. I don't want to interrupt their fun. I'll come back later. Oh, hello, Reen. Reen, sorry we were so caught up in catching up. I didn't mean to exclude you. Don't be shy, boy. Come join us. Do, 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 do. Not expecting all the cutscenes. You seem to be enjoying yourself. That's no surprise when good friends get together. They bond during the orbital shutdown phenomenon. Regrettable Oliver is no longer with us, and Charizard has gone missing as well. Regardless, we must stay focused on what's ahead of us and try to remain optimistic. Wise words, says Reen. By the way, I'm happy to see you, Reen. Master Koffai has been telling me about you. This young man has even more potential than you, Cassius. I'm sure that's not true. He must have been teasing you. Besides, there are so many complicating factors now. Oh, are you speaking of your background? I've heard of it, and I'm aware of the cause of your altered appearance, too. Don't worry too much about what you can't change, Reen. By the way, I got a letter about you a month ago from a certain man on an eastward journey. You don't mean Master Koffai? But I was still in prison then. Yes, so I hear. Oddly enough, it was foretold in the letter. Whether it was prophecy or just a wild guess, I cannot tell. Frightening accurate prediction. What was the letter about exactly? That's the thing, Reen. In the light of the current situation, I'm afraid I cannot tell you yet. It's not the right time or place, but to give you a rough idea, the letter regards mastery of our school swordsmanship. forms our master passed on to me are the first helix, the seventh void. You, however, seem to be trying to touch on all 7 forms, and in doing so, go even beyond void. You understand how difficult such a feat will be, don't you? Rean says, of course. With the way I am now, I'm not confident I could ever achieve it. But you're right, this isn't the place to discuss it. Just keep it in mind, we'll come back to it later. I'll relay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. We've yet to see where today's talks lead to. By the time we started, great determination and sacrifice are needed, and no doubt to come. I'll be ready for it, says Rean. Excuse me for butting in. I'm from the Crossbell Times. Could you please spare time for an interview? Now what's going on? Once when moving around, there's still time to chat with attendees before dinner. Oh, so sick of God's sake. It's all we've done today. Frick. I'm Kia Bannings. Ren told me lots about you, Tita. Nice to meet you. I'm Tita Russell. I can't believe it, Ren. She's so cute. Yeah, that's how most people react to her. You must be Angelica. I'm Ren. Have you been training in Taito style by Kilika? Oh, that's cool. It's nice to meet you, Angie. Or do you like Angelica better? I have died and gone to heaven. What? Huh? Angie, are you alright? We're only 2,000 arch above ground, but it seems we're flying close to the heavens. Tita alone is an angel, but the three of you together form an angelic choir. No, remain calm, Angelica! Celine, what's going on here? Beats me, I was just having a nap and woke up to this. Ah, I can't stand her anymore! Ta-ha! Glomp, tackle Glomp. Angie, she's faster than lightning. Hug attack! Ah! My life is complete! I love Angie. Normally I don't like the pervs, but I really like her. You're gonna stand by and just watch this happen, Rean? I'm just waiting for things to calm down so I can say hello. Sarah, Kurt, and Laura talking to Cassius. Cassius, how have you been? When was it we last saw each other? Goodness, for years at least. I'm sorry I missed your A-rank promotion ceremony. It coincided with the orbital shutdown phenomenon, so there's no helping it. Thank you for writing my recommendation. You're welcome. Have you managed to come to terms with Colonel Valstein passing away? Yes, I've been lucky to be surrounded by good, supportive friends from the Bracer Guild, and my wonderful students. Laura is one of my students. Kurt's a student of a student. I'm Laura Arsed. You, sir, are a legend. It truly is an honor to meet you in person. I'm very glad to meet you too, Laura. I had the pleasure of working with Victor on the Bracer Guild branch bombing case. He praised you highly. Please accept my serious sympathy. This loss must have hurt you deeply. Thank you, sir. My father once told me that seeing your prowess with the staff firsthand would be a beneficial experience for me. I believe you were self-taught? Not quite. I learned the basics from a friend. I also took the liberty of incorporating teachings of the 8 Leaves School into it. I'm very impressed, sir. Only those who are very talented are able to do so. Kurt, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm Kurt Vander, younger brother of Valstein Vander and nephew of Zex Vander. Pardon me, sir, you're quite the hero. I feel a bit overwhelmed. Take it easy, I'm not all they say about me. I met your brother and uncle, but I don't believe I've ever spoken to your father. When things calm down a little, I'd like to pay a visit to your folks. I fear I've been rather impolite in not having done so yet. Oh, not at all. I'm sure my mother and father will be thrilled to meet you. Cassius has a lot of connections, both in the army and among the bracers. I could spend the whole evening talking to him about swordplay, but it'd be rude to monopolize him like that. We'll have to be patient. Oh, Rean! Was the Silver Streak an acquaintance of yours, Cassius? Charizard. Yeah, she was the pupil of mine at the guild. She's very odd, and it's very odd she vanished into thin air. Yes, no one seems to be able to track down her whereabouts. She wasn't at the Gnome's HQ. Could it be possible that Ouroboros abducted her? No, Shira has a relative who's among the ranks of Ouroboros. I find it hard to believe that they'd kidnap her. I think I know who you mean. Charizard mentioned her to me when we were out drinking. The Bewitched Belle. Yes, Doobly. Yep, that's her. She showed up in Liberel during the Orbital shutdown, but it's unknown whether she's still alive. It seems she hasn't reported back to Ouroboros since that incident. They haven't written her off as dead yet, though. Just assume the situation is similar to Blue Blanc's, that she's out there somewhere going about her business. The Silver Streak was like a sister to her, though. She wouldn't keep quiet if Ouroboros had abducted her. My, if it isn't the Stalls rider, Doobly the Swift. You seem very well informed. I could say the same about you, especially considering you don't have ties with Ouroboros yourself. I understand now why the Faceless was remarkably wary of you. My lord is also intrigued by you. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear how you achieved mastery in so many disciples. Oh? Swords play, military art, strategy, and I hear your master's disciple Arios is just like you. I heard rumors about him. Just for the reference, if you could tell us if there's any particular trick to it. Not that it impresses me all that much, but both you and Arsed are renowned as the finest swordsman alive, so it must count for something. I can't think of many honors greater than the Maiden of the Legend herself taking an interest in me. Well, ask me anything and I'll try to satisfy your curiosity, although we may not be able to go into much detail. First of all, why'd you give up the sword and switch to staff? So in here we have Elliot, Rosine, the Brigadier General, and Agate. Hi Schwarzer, hey guys, you're discussing armed forces movements on different fronts? Rosine, I'm surprised to see you with them. I got my reasons, says Rosine. See, overheard, we're trying to get better picture of each militarized faction as allocating its resources. Besides the Wiseland army, I wanted to check in with the Bracers and the armored divisions too. I've also been looking into the armored divisions movement since Elliot. It seems they've established a new squad. The guild's also keeping an eye on the situation. We're tracking high-ranking Jaeger Corps movements and gauging the neighboring countries' responses. It'd be helpful to trade info with you guys. Green says, you're also gathering intel on military movements, Rosine? As a matter of fact, yes. There was no organization that understands the fears of the Great Twilight more than the Septian Church. The details are confidential, but they're already decided on which measures to take. Seriously? I can only imagine what that means. We'll all benefit from cooperating. But in any case, we'll return to Operation Millie Mirage at dinner. For now, let's just take a break. Sounds like a plan. I can't wait to hear the details of the operation, but I've got to be more patient. I should walk around some more. That was back in the hallway there. Thought it kicked me out. So we still have 7 cutscenes. We have Josette, Emma, Altina. Any update on Hercules? We're unable to locate him. With Ramda's stealth functional ability of gunship, they're hard to track down. I heard you requested the Bracer Guild's help with this. Yes, although they haven't been able to dig up any new information since we lost sight of Hercules in the canyon. I heard about that from the guild, too. I guess when a special forces squad equipped with the latest technology wants to disappear, it'd take a miracle to track them down. We've seen firsthand in Heimdar how its spatial projection function can seriously impede pursuit. If they'd only surrender, there'd be room for negotiations with Erebonia, but maybe the curse has progressed too far for that. The Dark Dragon made the members of Hercules' squad into its king back in Heimdar. The Great Twilight must have taken that and twisted them into Noctfamilia. Those are the vampires from the Erebonian folktale, if I'm not mistaken. Is there any way to make them human again? It's possible if you act quick, says Emma. If you find them within a few days, they should be fine. That's our frame then. Kayla, let me know if you pick up the trail, and we might be able to help in some capacity. Vampires, huh? I haven't heard about those guys. Long time. Grace says, "Oh! I spy out my little eye, Elise Schwarzer, Princess Elfin's trusted friend and sister of the Ashen Chevalier. You're friends with Lady Mildine, too, aren't you? We need to talk." You have questions with my friends. I'd rather you talk to them directly. I'm no gossip. Oh, I wouldn't try to drag out any embarrassing stories about your friends. Nothing of the sort. You're a reporter from Crossbell, says Gaius? Well, she's your next target on the hunt for the biggest scoop? Don't make me sound like some fierce predator. The only thing ferocious about me is my intellect. Hold on, aren't you the Ash Calibride, the guy who shot the Emperor? What's the truth behind the story? How'd it feel to pull the trigger? Oh crap! What did I get myself into? Oh my gosh, and this tall gentleman, is that the 8th Dominion of the Galsritter? Not that I'm totally in the dark about what you've been up to, Wazzy. Kevin and Reese have already spilled some beans. Did they? Don't be shy. I don't bite, says Grace. Seems like this is the party corner. Brilliant. Here comes the hero to join us. Much rather you didn't phone my friends and family for an interview. Haha, sorry. I got a little ahead of myself there, I guess. But if there's anything you could tell me that I could put in my report, like maybe just a short comment for each of you, that's not unreasonable, sure. Dude, speak for yourself. What if I gave her dirt on you? You're being a little overprotective. Typical Reen. Got Lloyd. Tio, Muse. It's been a long time since we last met, says Lloyd. Tio said we haven't had the chance to speak since the trade conference 2 years ago. It's nice to see you again. And you! Lady Mildine, it's the first time in many years I have the pleasure to talk with you. I wouldn't call these ideal circumstances. I'm delighted. You flatter me. It's good to have time to chat about non-official affairs, yes? So we've known each other for a while? Prince Albert was a good friend of my late father. Yes, we met for the first time over a decade ago. Somehow Alfred and I got on fabulously. Well, right from the start. We'll talk about politics, economics, till the early hours. Must care a lot about his niece, though it does seem a bit overprotective. Apologies for the digression. I didn't mean to bore you with family issues. Reba Feria will gladly provide you any assistance, be it human resources, or medical services. SSS needs anything, don't hesitate to let me know. Tio, I'm afraid your family situation... Of your family situation, is there anything you can do? Keeping in touch more. Yusue's known him for a long time. Looks like they made connections early on. I should say hello to the prince, too. Hmm? Let's do this, that one there. This and this one. Yusa, Smakius, Toa. Thank you for the invitation, President Rocksmith, says Smakius. There's no need to be so tense in my presence, Smakius. Would you like a cup of coffee? Tea for me. It would seem Calvard's intelligence agency is staffed with only the very elite. You're talking about who has what in their coffees. Welcome, Ashen Chevalier. Unfortunately, I haven't been informed that your beverage of choice may be. Asking for his opinion on Toa. I just kind of skipped that conversation. It was so boring. Nothing of importance was said. Let's talk to the girls. Claudia, I'm terribly sorry about earlier, says Elfin. I was taken aback at last week's composure. Thank you for being so kind to me. Of course, considering the subject, it was no wonder you became agitated. You have a huge responsibility on your shoulders as a representative of the Imperial family. Thank you for being so understanding. Now that rings alarm bells. I'll just wait for the announcements at dinner and try not to worry you for now, but... Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Estelle Bright, member of the Burl Racer Guild. It is a great honor to meet you in person, Elfin. I've heard about you so much from my brother, I feel like we're already friends. Olivier was a dear friend, and what happened to him was a terrible shock. He went out of his way to get permission for me and Joshua to visit Hamel, once things have settled down in Liberl. When we heard what happened to him, we were so heartbroken and angry. Me, Joshua, Shara, we all wished there was something we could have done to stop it. But I'm sure all our grief is nothing compared to what you must have gone through. But still, thank you for being such a good friend to my brother. I feel a little better knowing there are people who cared so much about him. Olivier was a very thoughtful and brave man, and a lot of fun to be around. When I was hesitant about whether to accept my duty as a crown princess, he gave me the push I needed. He also fostered friendly relations between Erebonia and Liberl. Despite his airhead appearance, he was a smart leader. Thank you, Claudia. You tease me for being so easily moved to tears. You come out with a line like, at a time such as this, I'd like you to be a ray of sunshine which makes courage bloom. Does sound like him. Regrettably, I never had the chance to meet Prince Oliver in person. However, I heard about him encouraging greater integration and cooperation between nations. Please accept my sincerest condolence, Prince Elfin. She went to school at Genesis Academy, Royal Academy, with Claudia. Or Chloe. Kind of skip the end there. Now Lecter stands on the opposite side for his former classmates. I'm sure we'll cross past him again, and Claire too. Please, no more cutscenes. So Irene, we're talking amongst ourselves again, leaving you out. Oh no, I accidentally skipped the line. I did that deliberately. Yeah, the girl's there, and then who's over here? Oh, the boys. Let's do these guys. Elisa says, Ser Mamo de Erbonia? Elisa says, yes, she couldn't stand Crossbell after splitting with my father, who's Calvardian. So she moved in with some distant relatives of hers in the Empire. That was 10 years ago. Time really does fly. Oh, I think you've been told me about this before. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That rings a bell, actually. Distant relatives, the noble Dowell family from Crossbell? That would be the Baron of Eastern Lamar, if I'm not mistaken. How did you? Ah, of course, you're from Lamar yourself. You're right. Family trees can get so sprawling you can't easily tell who's related to who. The fact that Baron's family are almost distant relatives of my family. Maybe that's why your hair color is the same. Yes, they're cousins. Glad to have you as my family, Ellie McDowell. That's so sweet. They're cousins. So much cutscenes. I'm burned out. I'm reading it all. If it's not important, I'm not reading it. Oh, I've been reading for over 2 hours. Oh. Still going. How are you doing? Very well, thank you. Just catching up with friends. We have shared interests. Shush, Ellie, don't tell him. What interests? Never mind! Let's talk about that in private. Okay, we're in a similar situation anyway. Sure, you have nothing to worry about. You'd be surprised. Next to them, I feel like a kid lost in the dark. You'll get there in time. Schwarzer, you could probably learn a thing or two from them as well. I'm not sure what the conversation was about, but I'm always reminded there's plenty of room to learn from others. I wonder, since everyone's here, can I give them their gifts? They're not my party. Hey Rain, don't be a stranger, join us. What are you guys talking about? Jaeger troop movements, stuff related to the war, as well as Ouroboros' presumed plans. I've been wondering about those things too. Right now, it looks like they're both serving the Imperial government, just like the gnomes. That's a really nasty mix, if you ask me. The Northern Jaegers and Nordhager are in a different situation, though. Yeah, the Imperial Defense Force forced them to cooperate using hostages. They're currently looking for a chance to free them. What they do from now on depends on those pocket they find themselves in this time. Shirley is a key member of the Red Constellation, so you can be sure they'll be in tune with Ouroboros' schemes. As for Zephyr, gnomes hired them. It's ultimately up to the boss to decide what they do. I don't know the details yet. Yuna and the others encountered someone Hamel. Between you all, you've got a decent intelligence network to draw on. You make for a really good team. If there's any info we don't have, the Divine Blade and Golden Rashta are here. It's hard to believe Muse managed to get all these guys under one roof. Please, so I can watch it. I'll read any more cutscenes. Can't find anything to do? Oh, we've been talking to everybody. Just wandering around? How come you can be informal to Lloyd and Estelle, but not to me? Just a slip of the tongue. Besides, there's not much of an age difference between the three of us. I feel like I should be more respectful when talking to you. Are you implying that from your point I'm old? Definitely not. She's 23, she doesn't even look like it. It's probably best to drop it. Anyway, Lady Miltine has more influence in the higher echelons than I imagined. She's gathered prominent political figures, bracers, SSS, and all you under the same roof. Even the Black Fang and the Angel Slaughter are present. Do you know them to Ouroboros? Yes, I was familiar with the Black Blade Lord, who often worked with them. Joshua left Ouroboros around the time I joined. What you talking about? Swapping sexy little secrets, I hope, says Crow. Is that all you think about? How's the intel gathering, Crow? Well, Randall's chattiest ever, but it's Joshua that's a real treasure trove of info. And isn't it kinda weird Vita's not here? Yeah, Emma seems confused about it too. You notice tension in the air? I guess. I think I know what you mean. It's not just you Awakeners that are practically sensitive to it. Everyone gathered here seems to sense something ominous brewing. Whether it's a connection to Millie Mirage or not, I'll likely find out at dinner. There are rivalries too. The come before the storm might be over pretty soon. It could just be me, but we better be prepared. Butler showed up. Dinner's ready. We're just talking about food. Now it's like a dinner meeting thing. Waiting. They could be on. Afterwards, all the guests, including the leaders of each state, gathered together at the banquet. A modest but wonderful meal thus began, provided by Duchess Cayenne. The lunch started a bit later, but the guests thoroughly enjoyed the fare and had lively conversation. It was a unique opportunity for the attendees, and many meaningful exchanges were made. Some time later, enjoyable as it was, the meal came to an end. Everybody then transitioned into the meeting portion of the meal. Operation Meal Mirage was revealed.
What you see before you is an outline of Operation Meal Mirage, our response to Operation Jormungand.
I knew it.
It doesn't stray too far from what we'd expected, but even so...
Seeing it all laid out like this makes it overwhelmingly real.
I get that a plan this crazy is probably our only hope, but... still... we're really gonna do this, huh?
The Empire has drastically increased its military might, due largely in part to the draft. Current estimates number their forces at 1.2 million strong, and that figure will only rise before the fighting actually starts.
On the other hand, Calvard's military can barely scrape together 800,000, at most. Even if they try to boost their ranks with a draft of their own, that probably won't go over too well, judging by their last election.
Not to mention the huge difference in weapons and resources between the two countries. In terms of both aerial combat fleets and core tank units, Erebonia has a clear advantage. And that's without taking Panzer Soldats into account.
Yeah,
There's no way the Vern Company's production line could even hope to keep up. What's more, the Empire now has an excuse to throw all the new technology it's been developing into this war.
With that in mind, it's entirely possible that the Civil War was nothing more than an opening move.
I agree. It seems likely. The same could be said of the Orbital Shutdown phenomenon, or even the 100 Days War. It is our belief that these events were simply set up, all to pave the way for Operation Jormungand.
Damn it! Those monsters.
And Mille Mirage is your plan for how to hold back Operation Jormungand. We have with us the Republican Army of Calvard, the Royal Army of Liberl, the Remiferian and Viceland armies, as well as the troops from Le Mans and Orid, and even resistance cells acting out of Crossbell and Northumbria.
You intend to coordinate every one of these individual forces united under a single banner to suppress the Imperial Army from all sides.
That's exactly right.
As you stated before, Calvard's armed forces total 800,000 strong. The Viceland army should bring that number up by about 100,000.
The Principality of Remiferia is prepared to lend its aid as well, to the effect of approximately 80,000 troops. Add to that figure an additional 120,000 from the Kingdom of Liberl.
Further, we can count on receiving around 20,000 soldiers from Le Mans and Orid combined, as well as another 10,000 from Crossbell and Northumbria. And this is to remain off the record, but we're expecting roughly 30,000 in reinforcements from Arteria as well.
Naturally, we plan on bringing Jaegers into the fight too. We've been scouting out Jaeger corps big and small. All in all, I'd say we're looking at a good 40,000 extra soldiers.
Altogether a combined total of 1.2 million. Finally putting us on even ground with Operation Jormungand.
A war like this would stretch over almost half the continent.
Resistance cells from Crossbell, huh? That must be Sonia and the others.
Yeah, Muriel told me a bit about it, but...
Northumbria too? That have something to do with the movements we heard about there?
Yeah. The resistance there is made up of former members of the Northern Jaegers, who got absorbed into the Imperial Army.
And we got troops from Le Mans and Orid too. That would be their defense forces, no?
That's right. We've actually known about their involvement for a little bit.
I have to say, I'm surprised the High Seat of the Septian Church would choose to involve themselves so directly.
But Rosine mentioned something about this earlier, didn't she?
Yes. The Congregation for Divine Worship is likely deploying the Papal Guard as we speak.
The Imperial Army's technological superiority is undeniable, and we can't underestimate the threat Ouroboros poses either. Further, directing and coordinating all parties involved will prove a tremendously difficult task. That is the purpose of our meeting, to determine who will serve as the key piece in our plan, the cornerstone upon which we can build our success. I present to you Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl, and, as of today, Supreme Commander of Operation Mille Mirage.
What? Now that's what I call a power move.
A natural decision. Lieutenant General Bright did head the search and destroy operations against the cult in Crossbell.
What's more, he can already boast having pushed back an Imperial invasion once before. He's the most brilliant tactician of our time, without a doubt.
I should have known.
So you've accepted the position then, Dad? Even after hearing everything that's going to happen as a result of this plan?
I have. This can truly be called the Great War, the likes of which mankind has never seen before. A war that will surely destroy the lives of all it touches, soldiers and civilians alike. Hundreds of thousands of lives. Worst comes to worst, we could see casualties in the millions.
Millions? Yeah, that's definitely possible.
But at least it will keep the Empire from completely destroying everything. Yeah. She has a point.
I think I speak for us all when I say this dreadful decision weighs heavily on our hearts. But there are stakes here far more dire than the invasion of Calvard itself. Namely, Erebonia's 2 Septarians, as well as its curse, which spreads further and further with every land it conquers.
It's all connected.
If we don't act soon, the Republic will fall to the Empire's advance, drowning the entire nation in its curse. It would then only be a matter of time before the surrounding countries fell as well, until finally all of Zemuria is in the curse's grasp. All for the sake of reviving the ultimate being, the Great One. This we must avoid above all else. If this dreadful decision is the only chance we have of saving our world, then so be it.
This whole catastrophe began in Erebonia. Though I can't personally agree to this plan, as a member of the Imperial family, I must allow it. Your Highness.
This is the consensus we have reached. I trust you understand now the reason we've gathered here.
There are a few things we must ask you now. Namely, if you accept the necessity of our plan. And furthermore, if we can count on your cooperation.
I'm sure you'd like some time to talk things over amongst yourselves, and with your other allies as well. But as you can probably tell, that's time we just don't have.
Members of the Bracer Guild, Special Support Section, Class 7, and Thor's Military Academy as a whole. We need your answers, here and now. How do you respond?
At least not to read all the information out that they had talked about.
When it comes down to it, we, the Special Support Section, are just a single division of the CPD. We're in no position to defy the will of a nation, let alone 4. We understand the severity of the situation. But be that as it may, we can't, in good faith, lend our aid to this cause. There has to be a better way to fix this mess we're in, and we won't back down until we figure out how. Not just to stop this war, but so that someday, Crossbell can take back its independence for good.
I see.
You can count the Bracer Guild out of this deal, too. We're the supporting gauntlet of the common people. Their security and protection will always come first. But at the same time, we understand that you have to do this. So instead, we'll make sure to get in touch with our headquarters in Lamon to organize an evacuation plan for all the citizens. And in the meantime, we'll look for our own way to resolve this, just like the SSS. That's the Bracer Guild's decision.
Estelle.
Ah.
With so many of us still missing, we can't claim to speak for Thors as a whole. But we can, at the very least, tell you our decision as Class 7. Become the foundation of the world. In a sense, those words have shaped our class from the very beginning. A war this big is certainly one way to keep the curse in check. We could be a new foundation afterwards, one built over ruins and destruction. But this curse is not absolute. Though it sweeps across the nation, toying with our fate, there are still those who stand together to resist it. We've seen as much with our very own eyes. We need a plan to try and ensure the safety of the world as we know it. Mille Mirage can be that plan. But, like the Guild and the SSS, we choose to find a third path forward for ourselves. That means dealing with any incidents brought about by the curse, as well as the rivalries. Whether or not that's even possible, I don't know. Time is running out on us even as we speak. Yet still, we'll continue to tread forward, step by step.
Hell yeah, we got this, guys. There's Toval. Oh, the VA.
Because, We owe it to Prince Olivert to find that third path he always strove to take.
We got this.
Rean.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
The path Prince Olivert would have wanted.
I see.
My goodness. The naivete of youth never fails to astound me. And yet, as history shows us, it is precisely the young and foolish who bring change to the world.
The same could be said of those not bound by duty or tradition. Come to think of it, Prince Olivert himself embodied every one of those qualities.
He most certainly did.
Olivert is a
and
great
his spirit
character.
lives on in this next generation.
We have heard your convictions.
Clear and true.
Operation Meal Mirage is already underway. But so long as you respect our position, we will respect yours in turn.
You're under no obligation to participate in our plan. That said, we'd appreciate your help wherever possible. That includes exchanging information, keeping civilians safe, and so on.
We certainly have more room to cooperate than Operation Jormungand does at the very least. You Bracers played a pivotal role in solving the incidents in Liberl, as did the Special Support Section in Crossbell. I eagerly await seeing what such seasoned heroes can bring to the table.
We got this.
Thank you. We won't disappoint.
I don't know if I'd call us heroes exactly, but we'll help out in any way we can.
I love Estelle. Great character.
Oh, that suspense was killing me.
Come on.
As grim as our circumstances are, we now know what our mission must be.
Everyone has to have their 2 cents, you know, trails.
We gotta do everything we can to stop this war before it begins. And even if it does, we'll just have to find a way to end it.
We got it.
Our first course of action is figuring out exactly what we can accomplish right now as members of Thors. I
What can
imagine
we
the
do?
rivalries will play a key role in that.
Agreed.
You're all pretty gung-ho about this, huh?
Cooley's always so angry.
Relentlessly positive about everything.
It really is the most
Oh.
annoying thing about them, isn't it?
Capanella the cunt. I know
Wait a
that voice anywhere.
I know that voice.
It's him.
Hate that guy.
Enforcer number 0 of Ouroboros.
Why can't they just kill him? They always pussy out and he comes back
Show
every
yourself.
fucking game. There he is.
Sounds like things are coming along nicely over here. Quite the illustrious guest list you have here.
Olamide's a good
I'm
villain.
almost starstruck.
Indeed, it would seem the rumors weren't unfounded.
Marabella.
Belle! The new third Anguis of Ouroboros.
Lady Mildine, my greetings to you and all the leaders of the world gathered here today. I see a number of
She's
familiar
evil.
faces and some new ones too. My, how delightful.
You must be Dieter Croesus' daughter. I've heard the rumors of what you've become.
A
Call
member
her
of
out.
an international terrorist organization. Gracious me. The audacity of this woman.
Whoa, he really called it, huh, Lady Belle?
Ha, you're one to talk.
Hey,
Oh,
this is
Charlie.
some party you guys got going on.
Real swanky joint, too. Shame for you, Zephyr's here to crash it.
Shirley!
How many bad guys they need?
Boss. That means Zeno and Leo are here too, doesn't it?
Sure does. But hey, we're not done with the lineup just yet. Don't think things will go the same for you here as they did at the workshop.
Please excuse our intrusion.
Sharon. George!
All these, like, good
So
people
you've
turning.
Lecter. It's really you.
In the flesh. Long time no see, ladies.
My lady, everyone, it has been quite some time.
You should have just kept the mask on, Angie.
If you're all quite finished, it's time I make the final introduction.
Cedric.
Your Highness.
Cedric, why are you...
Ah, if it isn't my dear sister, Alvin. And Class 7. Your little stunt in leaves caused me no end of headaches.
You had it coming. That's what you get for getting Elise and Tio all wrapped up in your schemes.
That's simply how it works between us. You should understand this by now. The rivalries are no different. But this particular matter has been entrusted to me by Chancellor Osborne himself. Consider this a little congratulatory visit from us to celebrate the commencement of Operation Mille Mirage.
Were we just hacked? Yep. They probably used the Society's astral code to infiltrate the system.
Courtesy of Belle and the Fool, I'd assume.
Sounds like we're in for a fair bit of trouble then.
Can I play the game now, please?
Yeah.
It's been all cutscenes today. Please. By the time I get to play, I'll turn it off. I'm starving. I need to make dinner.
Not quite.
I haven't eaten since 11.
This is the bridge. We have an emergency. We've got 8 Crimson ships approaching on our 9. And with them, a 280 Arch-class airship.
We all know who that is.
Damn. There's only one ship that friggin' massive.
You mean the one that appeared during the orbital shutdown?
That's right. Ouroboros' pride and joy. The largest battleship in the history of mankind.
The Crimson Ark. The Glorious.
This was the ship I was thinking about earlier. I was really hoping to finish Act 2 today, but we still have like a huge dungeon, and then we have more and more cutscenes. And there'll be more waiting upon us upon Act 3 start, so what I'm going to do is the second we touch ground, because I haven't been able to save, I'll save, and then we'll do the dungeon the next time I play, which will be Monday. Might stream longer than usual on Monday, it's a holiday, see how things go. I don't normally stream this late, I normally stream, like 1 to 5. And I didn't get on until like 3 o'clock. And it's like past 6 o'clock now, I still gotta make dinner. It's Valentine's, so today I'm gonna cook a nice salmon dish. And some like mashed potatoes, gravy, stuff like that from me and my honey. I see, so it's just the advanced warning predicted. Moreover, it's one of the Empire's ships, one of Ouroboros' aircraft carriers. What does this mean, Cecina? It's as if they expected us, says Altina. At the end of the meeting, Duchess Cayenne did make one prediction, says Chloe. That either the Imperial Air Force or Ouroboros' battle carrier would appear in the skies. That airship is directly above the borders, with the leaders of each state on board. An attack on the ship would simply be too reckless. Even if it were successfully captured, it would still have a massive effect on the cross-nation negotiations. And that would instantly bring a halt to the war. That's what she was betting on, wasn't it? Things turned out differently, though. They opted for an Ouroboros-affiliated ship instead, since seeing the princess and the other leaders entombed here just had fuel to the fire of war. Damn it! So they're planning to pin it on Calvert, aren't they? Says Ash. This is no joke. We can't let this happen. Of course, I swear on the honor of the Bracer Guild. You guys calling us here and knowing that this would happen, didn't you? Correct, and it's working out perfectly. We still have an escape route available for our guests, so you don't need to worry about that. Can I count on each of you to divide your troops in half and have them accompany you to the hangar? Enemy forces are coming from the deck. I'd like to remaining half to help care for them here. Divide into 2 groups, 1 starboard, 1 for port. Whoa, you guys prepared that far in advance? If that's the command. We'll have time, let's decide on the groups. Balance them out well. I don't want my boys. No, I want Eustace. He's one boy. Now for the girls. I don't have much choice, do I? Laura. I don't know. Just want to play the game, please. Load in. Another cutscene. That's also why I'm cutting the stream early today. It's been nothing but cutscenes for 3 hours, and I'm just kind of burned out on that.
Now, shall we get going?
Best of luck, all of you. You guys be careful, okay?
As for other games I'm playing, I've been playing Galgun 2 the last couple days.
Whatever it is, it looks like we got a real juicy scoop on our hands.
Just kind of playing that on my own time, going for the plot.
No, you don't.
I only have,
I believe you all know what
4
it is
trophies
you must
left.
do.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna start Kingdom Hearts 3.
We got this.
Just leave it to us.
Here we go. There's one part. There's
Now
the guys and girls.
Shall we move out ourselves?
I didn't realize it was like guys
We're
and girls.
currently under attack by Ouroboros' enhanced Jaegers and members of the Red Constellation.
The Red Constellation, huh? Gonna be a real pain in the ass, especially with the Blitz there.
Gilbert's probably heading up the enhanced Jaegers. Not that he's anything to worry about. His archaisms might still give us some trouble, though.
Gilbert's that whiny
Speak for
guy
yourself.
with the blue hair.
I'll make sure that little errand boy regrets ever stepping foot in here.
Ash, Kurt, I'll be counting on you.
You got it.
Understood. We must stop His Highness.
Yuna, Altina, we're going to need your support as well. Of course! Let's do this, Ellie!
I'll give it my best.
All right, guys. It's time to begin our joint operation. Team A will go starboard. Team B, you head port.
Our current position is the rear side of the lower deck. Let's
All
make
right.
our way up to the top deck. Take out any intruders you find along the way.
Okay.
Right. This will be the perfect chance to put our teamwork to the test, huh? It's our time to shine, Reen. Let's go!
Fist pump!
Right. Show me what you've got, Lloyd.
They're both great leaders. Just saying, if I was single in that world, I'd be with Lloyd. Switch between them with L2 to clear the way into the upper deck. Once you reach your destination, the teams will merge. Make sure all members are equipped. Loading. Where's Crow? Here. Haven't had access to him, so... It wouldn't let me equip this guy for like the longest time. Wait, don't I have... There, Grail Locket. There. That's what I was looking for. I'm gonna save. Alright guys, I'm calling it early for today. We had 3 hours of cutscenes. Next we play, I'll play on Monday. Actually, you know what? I might even stream this weekend. It'll see. It depends what we're doing. It's supposed to storm all weekend. We might have to see family, but it depends on the weather. But I might actually stream later this weekend, and we can finish Act 2. I've been trying to finish Act 2 for days, but I didn't realize it'd be this many cutscenes. But if not, I'll catch you up on the holiday on Monday, and we're gonna keep trails in. I want to get Act 2 done. I want to start Act 3. I'm actually getting kind of hoarse from all that reading. I wish kind of more of that was voiced, but have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the long weekend. I'll see you guys sometime this weekend or Monday. Check you later. Peace.